We don't yet know exactly what these three objects were, but nothing right now suggests they were related to China's spy balloon program or that they were surveillance vehicles from any other country. These three objects were most likely balloons tied to private companies, recreation, or research institutions. I expect to be speaking with President Xi, and I hope we are going to get to the bottom of this. But I make no apologies for taking down that balloon.
Well, why would we even consider making any apologies? California Congressman Darrell Issa reacted on Twitter saying, quote, "A military officer reached out to me tonight. Biden's speech on the balloons was all lies." During the briefing, Biden snapped at a reporter over a question that the reporter asked about his family's influence peddling. The president refused to say if he was compromised by China. Here now, former House Speaker, Fox News contributor, and the author of Defeating Big Government Socialism, Newt Gingrich, is with us this hour. Newt, your thoughts on all of this? I guess the first question I have is, why is it that Biden is constantly on his heels defending the U.S.-China relationship? Why would anyone think that he's supposed to apologize? They sent the surveillance balloon to us.
Look, I think that, first of all, Biden doesn't have a clue about the nature of the Chinese threat. I think that he is so totally compromised by what he and his son have done. You know, Biden himself has said he spent something like 88 hours with Xi Jinping over the years. At a speech in Philadelphia, he said he'd probably spend more time with Xi Jinping than any other foreign leader. But it's obvious he didn't learn anything. And just take the example of these balloons. So we were told they couldn't shoot down the Chinese spy balloon over the United States because they were really worried about collateral damage. Suddenly, they can shoot down these other three things, and they're not worried about collateral damage. Now, I mean, you look at all this. First of all, it is a huge comment on the incompetence of the senior American military. It was the job of the North American Air Defense, when they first picked up that balloon outside of Alaska before it penetrated, they should have shot it down then. And that system is very clear. It's directly from the commander of North American Air Defense, NORAD, to the Secretary of Defense, to the president. Nobody else is in the middle. So they didn't do anything. Then again, and frankly, I don't think they would have ever told us about the Chinese balloon if the newspaper in Montana hadn't published a picture of it. And at that point, they were so embarrassed that they didn't know what to do. They had all this totally phony argument. I mean, if the Defense Department actually thought shooting down a Chinese balloon over Montana would cause collateral damage, you need to replace every person in the chain of command, because that's a level of incompetence that makes Afghanistan look like a success. So you have all of this stuff going on simultaneously. And then you have Biden, who I think on a good day walks around, and I'm not sure he actually lies. I think he believes whatever he says. It just has no relationship to truth or to reality. And I find that very frightening. I mean, the only thing that comforts me about Biden as president is the thought of Kamala Harris as president. And at that point, I think, okay, Biden may be out to lunch, but at least he's not totally irrational.
And honestly,
I really think this is a sobering, frightening time. And I think people need to realize how dangerous what we're going through is.